All right, what's going on, everybody? I believe we are live. I'm just going to confirm on one thing here really quick. I'm excited to have everybody here today. If you guys could do me a quick favor, let us know where you are tuning in from. It actually goes right in line with the topic of our training today. How we doing? Looks like we got a lot of people. Where are you guys tuning in from? City, state. Where are we tuning in from? We got Adam St. John in the house. What's going on? State. And we got Maryland. I love it. Maryland. One of the few states I have not spent a lot of time in. What's going on? Charlotte, North Carolina in the house. Now, Charlotte is a city that I've spent a lot of time in. Guys, we've got a great show for you today. We're going to be live here in just a second. I'm going to let a couple more people jump in. A lot of people get the notification just a hair late. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going over one of my favorite topics, and I call it Axiom JV. So it's going to be good. It's going to be worth your time. So stick around just for a second, and we will kick it off. We've got another Charlotte, Christina and Adam. If you haven't done so already, make sure you guys are linking up. Cool? Beautiful, beautiful. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get down to it. So welcome, everybody. If I have not met you, my name is Jordan Stanley Payne. I am the founder of the Kingdom Center. We have been doing this for a decade. By this, what I mean is coaching, consulting, mentoring, networking, doing deals with people. We are a nationwide organization that is centered in Canton, Ohio. So I would love to meet you guys if you are local. I would love to collaborate with you. Today, we're going to be talking about how I generated over $500,000 in roughly 5 months. It was 10 months, but 5 of those months I was kind of just dinking around. But I want to give you guys a heads up that if you are interested in learning exactly how I did it, strategizing your own marketing and your own market domination, getting properties under contract, finding sellers, negotiating, if you're interested in anything like that and you need support, we're going to put a link down below. That link down below, what it's going to do is it's going to book you for a 15-minute consultation, and we can kind of see if what I do and what I've done in the past is a good fit for you. So 15-minute wholesale consult. I will put a link, or actually Kiani is actually on with me. We'll put a link down below and we'll jam. We'll jam. I'm going to share my screen. Let's get into it. All right, I'm going to give it just a second, make sure that this is actually sharing correctly. It should be. Hey, there we go. 2 seconds, guys. Perfect. Okay, so Axiom JV. This is 10K a month the easy way. I truly believe that for most people, there's an easy way and a hard way. The hard way is you go out and you spend all of your money on marketing and you drive for dollars just endlessly, which is, in my opinion, pretty idiotic. You post a bunch of stuff in Craigslist and in Facebook groups. You're doing all of this stuff, and I do not believe that it is a good way to do it. I do not believe that it is the most effective way to do that. I have done in my career. It's not like I'm a basketball player. In my time investing in real estate and wholesaling real estate, I have done 10K a month fairly consistently, what I call the easy way. By easy way, I do not mean that business is easy. Okay? I do not mean that making money is easy. I do not mean that changing your mindset is easy. All of these are difficult, but there is, when it comes to business, there is an easier and a harder way to actually make money. Okay? So let me dive in. Let me give you guys exactly what you are here for. So at the very, very top, I've got a brain. Again, this is the smart way. This is a way that does not require much time. This is a way that does not require a massive amount of capital. Now, I want to be very specific with you. If you're going to be successful as a business owner, you will need capital. This is not a training for people that are like, I've got absolutely no money. Can you show me how to be successful? No, I cannot. This is for people that want to work hard, people that have some capital, that are capable of starting a business, etc. So the juice, this guy right here, this is going to be our buyer. We are going to put about 95% of our focus here. We are going to be locking in 10 buyers. Now, I want to be very specific about this. This is not a willy-nilly, it's a good deal, I'll buy it. Yeah, I'll buy anything that makes sense. Just send it over. That is not a buyer. That is somebody that's a joker. That is somebody that's pretending to be a buyer. I'm talking about legitimate conversations, people that are willing to have a dialogue with you, people that are willing to maybe even answer a couple questions as they come up, people that can share a specific criteria. If you can't give me your criteria, by golly, you are not a buyer. You are I don't know. If you're not a buyer, you're a crier. You've got to have a criteria. I'm a buyer. I have a criteria. Every buyer I know has a criteria. Okay? So we are going to find 10 legitimate buyers. There's a couple pretty simple, easy ways to do this. Let me dive in right here. Number one, you can find this with agents. Call them up, tell them what you do, tell them that you want to provide opportunities for their clients. Guess what? They're going to love you. Property management is a great one. You can look up the address. I'll put ADDY for address. You can look up the address of rentals. Pro tip, if you guys do this if you go to like a property management, this goes back to here, property management. If you guys go back to that on the property management side, they're going to tell you what the rentals are. You can look up the owner of the rental property to see who owns it. You can contact them. They're most likely buying. So this is going to be the prop website. Those are probably my top. You could look at public record if you really, really wanted to. Now, guys, this should take you, I want to be very specific. This should take you no longer than 2 weeks. If this takes you longer than 2 weeks, there's something going on. We got us a problem. Okay? So we're going to put 95% of our energy here. And what we're going to get known as is kind of acquisition, but really disposition. Dispo, meaning you are able to move a property. You are able to move a property that fits your buyer's criteria. This is why the criteria is so important. This is why if you don't have a criteria, you don't have a buyer. They'll buy anything. That's not a buyer. Okay? Are we following so far? Is everybody on the same page with me so far? Shannon, what's going on, my friend? We got Adam. We sure are. We got Clearbrook, Virginia. We got the UK. What's up, Wayne? Good to see you, my friend. Is this making sense? Guys, comment down below. Is this making sense? 95% of our energy, 10 buyers only. Christina, thank you. Janine, thank you. 10 buyers only. You can get it through property agents, real estate agents, property management, looking up the address of rentals, public records, etc. We are going to become known in the market as the dispo guy or the dispo girl. I'm the person that can get things done. Why can I get things done? Because I have phenomenal buyers. Okay? I have a relationship with a buyer that most wholesalers are not willing to have. Most wholesalers literally have zero relationship. So if we look at this like a graph, and this is going to be value, this is going to be relationship. Okay, hopefully this is making sense. The value goes like this. The more relationship you get, it goes like this. Okay? I have washed my buyers' cars. I have, what else have I done? I have painted for them. I have mowed yards for them. I have gone on material runs for them. I was even asked to babysit a kid for them. I could tell you the name of their spouses. I could tell you how old their kids are. I could tell you what their favorite sports team is, all of that. 100% because of a relationship that I have with my buyers. When I call them, they know who I am. And I'm not saying that to be whatever. That's just how it is. It's just how it is. Let's go back. Let's go back. Here's where we get the gold. Once you've accomplished this, and this really is the value that you are providing for the marketplace. Once you've accomplished this, we are going to start marketing. Some of you guys that have been around for a minute, you guys are all over this. If you are brand new and this seems very, very different than what your guru taught you, guess what? I'm not your guru. Not your guru. Marketing. We're going to start marketing for not properties. We're going to start marketing for people. Our goal is going to be a 10 by 10 method. Now we just got 10 buyers. We're now going to start to look for 10 wholesalers. I'm looking for wholesalers that are basically following all of the gurus and doing this the wrong way. Because what they're doing is they are getting properties under contract and they have no way to move that property. Also, they treat most of their buyers like absolute dog crap. So we got here 2, 4, 6. Just pretend that this is 10 people, okay? Now these are all going to be wholesalers. Now technically you could expand this out and you could do, like, one of them could be technically prop management. One of these could actually be like a contractor. I don't want to confuse you guys and I don't want to make this complicated. So for right now, we're looking for 10 wholesalers. How do you find them? My favorite is Facebook Marketplace. I love Facebook Marketplace because all of the wholesalers, they stick out like a sore thumb. You could also find, like I said, you could use agents, but agents sometimes they will and sometimes they won't understand who the wholesalers are. Craigslist, groups. The other day, just for fun, I went and I looked and tried to find 50 wholesalers in a Ohio real estate investing group and found more like 90. This is the easiest way. What do you say to them, man? What do you say to them? 1 second, I gotta refresh this. Give me just a second, guys. What do we say to them? We say, hey, I noticed that you are wholesaling real estate. It's nice to meet you. My name is Jordan. How are you? And they're gonna say, great, what do you want? Well, what I want is I want to help you move your deals. It looks like right now you are struggling to get traction with your deal. Now, guys, here's the entire thing here. You only give a crap if it is in alignment with this criteria. So there's a couple scenarios here. Number one, they have a property. Does it fit into this criteria? Yes or no? Number two, they don't have. They do not have a property. 3, they're about to start marketing. Guess what? You want to direct their marketing to what? You want to direct their marketing to what your buyer's criteria is. As an example, 44718, 3-bed, 2-bath. Hey man, next time you market, this is exactly what we're looking for, and I can move 5 of them. And my other buyer is looking for whatever, and he can do 3 of them. I got another guy that can do 1. That's 9 deals. So this is what I need you to do. I need you to market for that. If they have something, does it fit the criteria? If they don't have something, they're going to be marketing to that criteria. Is this making sense? Jordan, you stopped making sense 15 minutes ago. We just decided not to tell you. Perfect. That is epic. I appreciate that. Perfect. Sounds like everybody is on the same page, which is what I love. So let's go back here for just a second. So let's look at this. So we have 9, essentially we have 9 opportunities here. Okay? Probably going to be more than 9, but let's just say that it's 9. Let's say that because you're only looking for that criteria, you have 9 opportunities. You now have 10 people that are looking for this. Do you need to market, yes or no? Marketing for sellers, I mean. Do you need to market, yes or no, for sellers? Bunch of yeses, people saying it makes sense. Do we need to market for sellers? We do not. We do not. I've got 10 people that are doing that. I'm leveraging 10 people's marketing dollar spend. I am leveraging 10 people, quote unquote, driving for dollars and door knocking and cold calling and texting and. What I want them to do, hopefully I'm not frozen. Am I frozen, guys? We still good? No. Perfect. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. I want them to leverage. I mean, like I want to utilize them. I want to leverage them, and that's not a dirty thing. It's not shady. We are operating with a joint venture agreement, which is a JV agreement. All they do is they provide the property. All I do is I provide the buyer because I have a phenomenal relationship. Remember, I wash their car, I paint their house, I mow their yard, whatever. You guys get my point. So I'm going to leverage all 10 of these people. And if I'm going to market, guess what? If I'm going to market, guess what? It's going to be to find more wholesalers or more people that can bring me deals. Is this making sense? Guys, if you want the complete breakdown of this, where I go through this every single step with, you actually get the entire contract, you are going to get everything. We are providing, or I am providing, a 15-minute wholesale consult. Again, we will put the link down below in the comments. But what I need you guys to do is I need you guys to get serious about making money. We have 9 opportunities in this scenario. Guess what? Most of them, our average is about $10,000 per deal. $10,000 per deal. Times 9. You guys good at math? It's 45K, right? 90 divided by 2, 45K. Makes sense? So when I say 10K, what I'm really saying is that should be your minimum. That should be your floor, not your ceiling. Most people do not do this. Most people do not know how to do this because, guess what? They don't have a relationship with the buyer. And the guru told them just to get the property under contract. If you build it, they will come. If it's a good deal, the buyers will show up. Maybe, or that's all bullshit. And maybe you will completely ruin your reputation in any market you try to do this without a buyer. You put your name on a piece of paper and you say, hey, I'm going to give you my word. Here you go. Here's my word. I'm shaking your hand. Got my pen. I'm going to go ahead and sign this agreement. I'm going to give you my word. Here's my company name. Here's my personal name. And I'm a real estate investor. And then guess what? You can't find a buyer. You jump out of the contract. Now, every single person in this market knows that you cannot perform, that you can't get the job done. That's what the gurus teach you. Guys, not only do I make significantly more money with this method per deal, okay, so if the average is 10, I would probably be closer to 15K per deal because of this approach where I have the buyer first, I know what they're willing to pay, and we offer the seller less than that. I actually make more money. I'm able to do deals faster. And my overhead, what's my overhead, guys? Who can tell me what my overhead is? How much money I'm spending? Come on, I know you guys know it. I know you know it. Guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and pop them up. I've got about 9 minutes. So if you guys have any questions, whether you are on Facebook watching this live or on YouTube watching this live, if you guys can just comment down below your questions, I will get to them in order. It just makes sense. I just never thought about going to other wholesalers because people don't teach this. Yeah, it's not your fault. People don't teach you this, and they don't teach this because they either don't want you to know or they just don't care. They just don't care. So the answer to my question, Tank Dog said 0. Christina said nothing. And EG, I believe is Jennifer, said nothing. No money. So actually, even if I was a little bit less profitable, guess what? I'm actually probably more profitable because I don't have the expenses that a normal wholesaler would have. You can build this in a CRM. I'm going to end with this unless you guys have questions. Post them down below. Come on, guys. You got me for 9 more minutes, 8 more minutes. Post them down below. Anything you guys want to know about this strategy. It will radically change your business. I can guarantee you if you actually implement it. Again, if you guys need help with this, you can jump on a 15-minute wholesale consult where we can give you the framework, kind of the template that we use for this CRM, where all of these guys are importing the leads for you into your CM, all of the automations. There's a caveat here. If you are already working with us, you do not need to do this. You just need to, we got a call coming up. Just join the call coming up tonight. We'll just give it to you. Cool? Cool? What questions do you guys have? I want to make sure that everyone is clear on this. It's got to be a question. If there's no questions, that means that you guys, either number one, I am a phenomenal teacher, which I don't know if that's actually accurate, or number two, you guys are just really, 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 really smart. That's probably it. Janine, should we be vetting the wholesalers on how they come up with a deal? Absolutely not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's either going to be a pass or a fail based on your buyer's criteria. So I don't care how they come up with a deal, as long as it is less than what my buyer is willing to pay and they have an actual agreement, right? If they don't have an agreement, but they have a deal, it's fine. It's actually better if they don't have an agreement, okay? Because let's just say that my buyer's at 100K. I want to get it for 85K or 87K or 88K, right? Doesn't matter because I'm going to be splitting the profit 50-50. So for me, it's actually better that they don't know what they're doing and they don't have a contract yet because I can use a better contract and actually make more money. I mean, they got to be doing it ethically. Like, I don't want them like running around lying because, again, if I'm going to joint venture with them, I'm partnering with them. And if I'm partnering with them, my name or my company name is going on that document. So I will not partner with anybody that is shady. I've literally ended companies with people because of this. Expenses are building those buyer relations. Yes and no. I mean, like you might have, I mean, yeah, you might have some money buying them lunch or a beer or a cup of coffee or tea. Absolutely. You could, I mean, you don't need to go crazy wine and dine. Remember, these guys are going to be making phenomenal money on the deals that you're providing for them. They would actually prefer that than taking an hour away from their family to go to dinner with you. So they don't need to be like wine and dined. They really just care about that you can make them a lot of money. When I'm providing them exactly what they need and they're making 30, 40, 50, 100 grand on a deal that I provided for them, I start to become, actually had one of my buyers said that I was his 7-figure friend. It's like, what do you mean for that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? His name is Jason. Jason, what do you mean by that? Oh, dude, you've easily made me over $1 million. I never thought about it like that. So I think it was like a $1.5 million relationship with this guy. Now, obviously, I made money on the deals as well, but he made more because he was flipping, right? So it was probably more like a $250,000 relationship on my end, and it was like a $1.5 million relationship on his end. Guess what? That means more to him than me trying to buy him another coffee. He's coffeeed out. Bring him a deal. How would we convince the wholesaler to work with us, a wholesaler? I went through a loud spot. There's going to be absolutely no convincing. You have a deal. You can't move it. I can move every single deal as long as it fits this criteria. I can literally guarantee if it fits this criteria, I'm good to go. Does it fit this criteria? Yes. Give me 3 minutes. In fact, why don't you just stay on the other line? Mr. Buyer, got one. It's a 3-bed, it's a 2-bath, looks like it's a little bit rough. It's going to need a new roof. You know, basic, it's probably going to need gutted, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Are you still looking for properties at 100K in this neighborhood? And if I get it, how soon do you think we could close on it? Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably, yeah. If it needs a new roof, we're probably going to be at like more like 80K. 80K, great. 60K, we're good to go. Good to go. These are back and forth relationships. They happen very, very, very quickly. Make sense? What other questions, guys? These have been really, really good. What other questions? Has this been helpful for anybody? Can you guys see how this would work? I want to give you guys a couple examples of this working in action. This is Jeremy McCune. Jeremy McCune is hopefully you guys can see this okay. Jeremy McCune is now a pastor out of Salt Lake City, Utah. This is what he had to say. Haven Avenue, 18 Chicago, 28 Chicago, 30 Chicago, 36 Chicago. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 that were part of a package. South Temple, Melville, Washington Loop, 300 South, Alpine Meadows, Antelope Avenue, 700 Street. All 12 of the above properties are either under contract or listed for sale. And guys, the reason why he said or listed for sale is he is also a licensed agent. That is not how he got these properties, but a couple of them were better suited for the MLS, in which he still made money on them. It's nice to stop for a minute and celebrate, but never fully celebrate until the money is in the bank. So this was one post in one day. We got 12 properties under contract. Remember how I told you 9? This is the power here. Another testimonial for you guys of this working. This is Pat Walden. For the Cleveland present, now he is not from America, so bear with him on this language. For the Cleveland present, I had to get up every day at 3 a.m. to talk to the seller, hold her hand, calm her down, telling her we're closing in 9 days. Why 3 a.m.? Seller lives in Vegas and I live across the pond in Switzerland, 9+ hour time difference. This literally works no matter where you live in the world. So when I say that we're in 14 different countries, what I'm talking about is guys like Pat, they do this from Switzerland in Cleveland, Ohio. Guess what? He has the buyers and he's working with sellers. He actually has somebody that's boots on the ground as well. Best thing is she's so freaking happy that we closed her prop on time. She put me on the line with her buddy who also wants to sell his house. Now guess what? That second one is not a joint venture. The first one was a joint venture. The second one was a direct connection. So instead of making 50%, you make 100%. Guys, I hope that this is clicking. I hope that this is clicking. Adam says it's very helpful. Beautiful. You can do this anywhere in the world as long as you have the buyers. Should the wholesaler we're working with be the only representative contacting the seller? It depends. If I trust the wholesaler, I have no issue with them talking to the seller. If they're not comfortable, I would be willing to talk to the seller on their behalf without cutting them out of the deal. That's really, really important, is there's got to be trust here. I will talk to them. We will get it under contract, and we will still do a JV. You will still make your 50%, but I would rather get the deal, even if it means I talked to them. We normally don't want 2, 3, 4, 5 people talking to a seller because it starts to get very, very muddy. So as an example, wholesaler 1 is talking to them. Wholesaler 2, you are talking to them. Maybe your buyer starts to talk to them. The title company would be talking to them. We're 4 people deep. So I like everything to go either directly through me or directly through the other wholesaler, but not both. Great question. Anything else, guys? I've got, I'm actually a minute and a half over. Anything else that I can do for you guys today? Hopefully this has been helpful. Down below in the comments, if you guys do need help, let's jump on a call. I would rather see you guys getting traction and getting deals done, even if it's just a JV. You can JV 3 of these, make 15K, then put 15K into a marketing campaign, and then you never have to JV again. Or if you want to keep your expenses very, very light, you just continue to build the buyer side, and your only marketing would be for other people that can bring you inventory. And you just make 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I've made 25K on a JV deal. 0 marketing, 0 prospecting, 0 follow-up, 0 writing. So many of you guys write stupid yellow letters. I don't understand why. Why? If you're in the community, make sure that you're JVing with each other 100%. Because we've done over 800 JV deals in our community. 100%. Shannon, I appreciate it. Christina, I appreciate it. Guys, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully we can talk on the phone here in the next couple of days. Again, use that link. Just click on it. I would love to have a conversation with you. I appreciate you guys. I will be back next week on Tuesday. It'll be the last live that I am doing for a minute because we are having a baby. So I will be out after that on the 19th, but we will have, if you guys are in the Kingdom Center, we'll have a live call on Tuesday. It'll be Carnage with a Carnivore. And then we'll have the next week's Tuesday call, which is going to be on buy and hold. If you guys are interested in cash flow, I will see you guys there. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day, and we'll catch you soon.